All right, guys. So right now I'm going to show you how to web scrape data from another website. Now, this is the most essential tool when it comes to creating algorithmic trading scripts or even getting into data engineering. As you've seen my Twitter post, sorry, I specified that if you want to bypass all of the math and heavy coding associated with creating trading scripts, the best way to do that is to find a website that already has that information actively available for you and take the data from there. If you've seen any of my old TikTok videos, when I do edit other traders and they produce their strategy utilizing the website, I copied their strategy simply by web scraping that same website. So web scraping is a way to literally make your life as a trader, algo trader, data engineer, whatever it may be, a lot easier. So this is how it's done. So there's two ways it's done. The traditional way, which I've been doing since I learned how to code 5 years ago to now, and the new way, which I recommend now, which is called dynamic web scraping. If you took any of my trainings, I already explained to you what dynamic web scraping is. I almost always use dynamic web scraping. And the reason why you need to use dynamic web scraping is because now we're in the time of everybody creating a bot and an automation program, and more hackers and so and so and so. All of these things is getting crazy right now. And most modern web servers are actively looking or people going to their website with programs to block them. So I don't know if you've seen any sneaker resellers complain like, oh, their bots for like buying out stocks of limited sneakers or so are not working anymore. It's because most modern web servers are blocking automation activities such as that, or parsing activities such as web scraping. So now with web scraping, we now need to use what's called a dynamic web scraper. And what that does is essentially in the header tag, it sends the tag to the web server and says that it's a browser. That way, it doesn't say that it's a program trying to access your data. It's saying it's a browser. So the browser tag that I use is Google Chrome. So anytime I run a dynamic web scraper for me, I'm saying, hey, web server, I'm a Google Chrome browser that's trying to access your website. That's it. It's not illegal. It's just clever programming. All right. So right now I'm going to show you the beginner basic step of the original process of web scraping, as dynamic web scraping is going to take a little bit longer. If you're already in any of my trainings or so, or the algo world, you already seen how dynamic web scraping is, and I'll probably create another video on that there too. But I'm going to show you guys just the beginner basic way that traditionally doesn't work, but it does work for simple websites like Wikipedia right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to be scraping the S&P 500 stock symbols from Wikipedia. Now, as you can see, I want to move this because I actually ran it already. The libraries we're going to need is BS4 or Beautiful Soup 4. It is a Python library for web scraping. And we need the request modules that's already in Python, and it allows you to grab URLs. As you can see from the function I created, the first step is to get the URL with the request module. And that's the URL for the website that you want to scrape. So we're going to scrape. We need this table, so we're going to be scraping it from the URL shown here, and we put it in here. And then we're going to use Beautiful Soup, the Python web scraping library, to actually take all of the text from this website in LXML format, which is HTML basically, just to make it simple. You could actually put HTML in here instead of LXML. I just put that there. All right. And next, we need to find where the data that we want to scrape lives. And to do that, you can go over to, so let's start with the first ticker. You go over to this ticker, you right click it, and you click inspect, and the developer tool shall pop up on the side. Now, if you're familiar with HTML, basic web development, you already know what this is. So basically you need to basically your ticker lives right here within this TD tag, and TD tags are a part of tables. So essentially, all of the information for every ticker is in this table, and this table's class is wiki table sortable. You don't have to use this end part. Wiki table sortable. So that's the class to identify the table with the data that we need. So if you go back to the code, as you can see, I said find tables. Again, this table here. And to differentiate this table from the other tables on the website, use the class wiki table sortable. This is the only table in here that has a class with wiki table sortable. So that way it knows, just get this table because this is what I want. This has all the data that I need. You see, it highlights everything. This has all the data that I need, right? Now, I'm going to create an empty list for tickers because we're going to load the ticker values from this table into this empty list so that we can call it down later, right? Then I create a for loop. A for loop is just a loop that will just go through until it gets every single piece that I specify. So in that table, I want to find all TR values. So you can see there's TR values here, which has the whole row for each one. So each one of these are TR value. It's a row, table row. So we need to find all of the TR values within this table. So that's what this syntax is telling me right here. Next, we want to find the TD values, because as you can see, this ticker is in a TD value. See, it's under the TR in a TD value. So we want to find all of the TD values, and we want to get the text from there. The only text in these TD values is the ticker, as you can see there, it's just the ticker. So once we do that, we're going to have all of the tickers, and now we need to add these tickers to this empty list so we can call it later. So that's what the .append method does. It basically adds to the list. So because it's an empty list, it's just going to add the actual ticker symbols to this list. And then we just return the tickers, because once we do all of this, this tickers list should now have every single S&P 500 stock ticker in it. And the way we can now see these values is if you're using Jupyter Notebook like me, which is this platform here that I'm using to write this script, you can literally just call the function like this. And now, boom, I got all of the tickers for the S&P 500 right there. I scraped it from the website, and it's all showing right there. The /n means new line. You could take that out, but that's mad work. I don't want to do that right now. All right. Also, if you're not using if you're not using Jupyter Notebook, you can actually just print the actual function here, and it works the same way too. So that's generally how you web scrape the easy way. Most websites, again, don't use this method, but if you want to scrape anything from Wikipedia, by all means, use this script. All right. See you guys in the next video. Hope you guys learned a lot.